Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. This week's top 10 list is inspired from the top 100 list. Now, you hear me talking about me having 34 of the top 100 notes, and I'm sure you heard me say in the past that you cannot get all 100. Well, why? Why can't you get all 100? The fact of the matter is, some of the notes are unique. Some of the notes are only available in museums. Some of the notes are just they're so overvalued. I don't want to say overvalued, but so expensive that the average person can't get them. Some notes simply never become available. If you have all the money in the world, you cannot accumulate the top 100. So the question is, how many of those top 100 should be crossed off because they are just so unique? Well, I went through the book, and it turns out there are 30 notes that you just can't get. When I compiled this list of 30 notes, I totaled how many are known. And the number known, well, as you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 900 singles on the table here. The entire 30 notes in this list, there are only 869 known. So there are more notes in this pile than are going to be in all three of the next top 10 lists. So yes, as you can figure, with 30 notes, I'm going to break this up into 3 lists. So let's get started on the top 10/30 notes from the top 100 that you can't buy because they're just that rare. Number 30 on the list is actually number 100 overall, and it is the Emperor Norton I note. Now, who was Emperor Norton? He was the Emperor of the United States. Granted, he was self-proclaimed, but he became kind of a, what's the best way to put it? That's him right there. Kind of a tourist attraction, as you can see there. He became a prime tourist attraction. He had all kinds of radical ideas about how to run the country, and actually printed his own money. And some people would actually take his money as actual cash because of how rare the stuff was and how entertaining the particular guy was. There's a whole story. The whole story is listed here. I'm not going to go into the whole story. But yeah, the Emperor Norton note, like I said, this was put out by this guy and is number 100 on the overall list, number 30 on my list. These have approximately 25 to 35 of them that exist and can easily run well over 10 grand, close to $13,000 if you can find one of these. So that one is number 30, the Emperor Norton I note. Number 29, this is a $50 legal tender note. This happens to be from where is it on here? From 1862. The 1862 legal tender $50 bill. There's approximately 55 to 65 of these. It's number 148 as an FR number. That is the front of the note there. You can see the back there with all the green. FR, like I said, number is 148. And you can see some of the, let's see, 148 series, 1 through 3 at the top right, 48A. And you can see some of the prices on these. 12,500 to 45,000, 15,000 to 50,000. Hardly any of these are in existence. So yeah, for price range on these, you're talking anywhere from 13 to 15,000 if you can find one. Actually, one of these sold at auction. Is that auction price listed in here? Let's see if it is. There it is. Auction, 2022 auction. One sold for $288,000. So, yeah, this can be quite the expensive note. You're talking, like I said, a price range from $12,000 to $288,000 on the 1862 $50 legal tender. In the top 100 list, this one is number 97, and it's number 29 on my list. Number 28 on the list, this one is the, what was this one? The 1918 Federal Reserve banknote, the $50 bill. This one is number 96 on the overall list, but not just any $50 bill. This particular one happens to be from St. Louis. Now, the St. Louis notes, they printed, if I remember right, either 5,000 or 9,000. I think it was just 5,000 of these got printed. So these were extremely short printed. I don't have a reason for that short print, but that's what it ended up being. This one has the tribute to the Panama Canal on the back. And you can see there it says Panama dead center. One of the few notes with palm trees. I do not have the St. Louis note, but I do have a $50 note from this particular series. The St. Louis, like I said, is ridiculously scarce. Even brand new, there was only 5,000 of them. Currently, we're talking anywhere from 53 to 60 of these are known. It's FR 831, 96 on the top 100. Like I said, this one is number 28 on my overall list. And you're talking a price range anywhere from as little as $5,000 all the way up to $80,000 for this particular note. So that one is number 28. Number 27. This one is number 92 on the overall top 100 list, and it's the $5,000 Federal Reserve note. Now, this is specifically the 1928 small size note. You can see that if I do here. There we go. Series of 1928 small size $5,000 note. Because the $5,000 note from the 1928 series was not released to the public. This was just for bank-to-bank transactions. Now, from the 1934 series, you were able to get notes in circulation, but the 28 series was bank-to-bank. There are only 10 of these notes still in existence, and considering that they were bank-to-bank, you couldn't get one. These weren't available to the public. At least I don't think they were initially available to the public. Well, what do we got here? 5,000. The bank has 5,000 per annum at the replace. Anyway, this $5,000 note, there are only 10 of these that are known. I'm sure most of those are going to be put away in museums. And you're talking, they put a value on them at between $200K and $285,000. So it's $200,000 to $285,000. That's what the book has to say about them. So maybe a couple of these were able to be released once they were, well, no, they'd still be spendable. So yeah, that's what the book has to say, that there are 10 of them, and the price is anywhere from $200,000 to $280,000. That one is number 27 on my list. Number 26 is number 91 overall, and this one is an interest-bearing note, the $100 interest-bearing note. You can see right here that's got Winfield Scott as the person portrayed on the note. There's the back of it there, and you can see there were coupons, so you could redeem the interest on these particular notes. That was the back of the note itself, and that's the back section of where the coupons were. When looking at the price of this, you were talking 3 of them that were known. The last one sold in 2018 for $312,000. So for being a one of 3, yeah, probably not going to get it. Number 91 overall on the list, and number 26 in my list. Number 25 is the $5,000 Federal Reserve note from the series of 1918. This particular one is Freeburg number 1134. That's the front of the note there, and there is the back. Now, this particular note, there's roughly 5 of them that are known. This one was not released to the general public. So the only way you're ever going to see one of these is in a museum somewhere. They put the value on it at about $2 million, but I think that's for insurance purposes, because with it never being released to the public, you can't buy it. So $2 million, I'm sure, is just the number for insurance reasons. Once again, never allowed in public. 5 of them are known, number 1134 in the book, 84 overall on the top 100, and number 25 on my list. Number 24 on the list is the $10,000 note from that same series, the 1918 series. Once again, the $10,000 note as well as the $5,000 note were not available to the public. They were just bank-to-bank transactions. There were roughly 5 of these that are still in existence as well. And once again, for insurance purposes, they put $2 million as the price, but you can't buy one. There's never been one in private hands. Somehow it still makes the list, even though you can't possibly get this particular note. So the $10,000 note, number 24, is number 81 out of the top 100. Number 24 on my list. Number 23 is a $1,000 gold certificate from 1882. This one's number 80 on the list of 100 greatest notes. There's approximately 22 to 25 of these out there. It's FR number 1218 if you were trying to look it up in the book. And the sales that I have listed for this one range from $200,000 to $880,000. Of course, this one's just my replica, and if I flip it over, you can see it's got that great orange back like that. Yeah, probably not going to be added to anybody's list anytime soon, but it is number 80 on the top 100, and we are talking number 20, was it 20? That is number 23 on my list. Number 22 on the list is a $50 interest-bearing note. This particular one is from, where do we got the year on this one? Let's see if we can zoom in. Right there, 1861 is when it was issued. The 1861 interest-bearing note right there is the front, and here would be the back of the note. Let's see if I can get this in picture. This particular note, as you can see here, there's only two known, and one of them sold at auction in 2018 for $1.02 million, $1,020,000 in a VF25. So that one there, a lot of familiar aspects to it, the way the engraving is around the 50. And is that Jackson down there? Yeah, yeah, Andrew Jackson right there. And Solomon P. Chase at the right. There we go. So yeah, two figures that we know. So this one is number 22. And in the top 100, this one is number 78. And finally this week, number 21. This one is number 66 of the top 100 notes. It's the $10,000 small size Federal Reserve. The 1928 $10,000 note. These notes are extremely rare. There's roughly 12 to 15 known. The ones that became famous were actually 1934s, and they were the ones posted at Binion's Horseshoe. He had $1 million in cash under glass. He had 100 of these notes, but these are the 1928s. The 1934s, that's what he had. The 28s, like I said, there's only 12 to 15 of these known. And these will sell anywhere from $140,000 all the way up to, where is it on here? $650,000. Like I said, 12 to 15 known. The reason why these are so tough to come by is they were also never released. However, if one person managed to sneak one out, or whatever the case was, it would be easy enough to have mixed in back in the day with all the other $10,000 notes that you'd have. But yeah, it was never released to the public. So apparently some bank manager held on to one of these, and yeah, that's how we get the prices now. Like I said, this one roughly $275,000 to $650,000, and that's specifically for the 1928. So I'm sorry about all the work in moving the pictures around with the books. I can't just go through the book and show you each picture. I do have to, for copyright reasons, show other books, other pictures, and replicas, just so I don't get in trouble. But that was number 21. And yeah, we've got another 20 to go, so that'll be what we do over the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned to see the rest of the set and the rest of the series, and see what other notes you can't have, or anybody for that matter. All right, guys, if you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.